Good morning, everybody. Let's do us a little work today and get started on it anyway. No matter how I feel, what's going on, we still got bills to pay. Now, this was sent to me. This is a restoration by a guy that apparently has money. He bought a carton of eggs. I know, stupid joke. Anyway, now he told me this is a Navy pilot survival knife, which the pilot survivor knives, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, they're all basically the same thing. And said his father carried this in Vietnam. Now all the sack leather is gone, is rotted off of there, which most of them do. Doesn't appear to be in very bad shape. Not very much use. Doesn't look like. Looks like the factory sharp. The edge is still on there. And riveted there, little rust on it. I'm going to put a new stack leather handle on there. Now I've done these before, and I've got a couple things ordered for this, and we'll see that when it gets here. First thing we're going to do is go to the wire wheel, clean up this end right here. There should be a date or maker's mark of some kind. It looks like some little something on top here, around here somewhere. The older ones, and I have one of these, it's mine, that was gave to me by my little brother Reuben. No, it's not for sale, it's mine. It is a Camillus, and mine is marked on the Tang stamp. It's an older Camillus, USA. No, Camillus made these. I believe Ontario made some. I know Ontario did. K-Bar may have made some, but they had a whole different style of knife of their own. Combat knives and survival knives. But see if we can find the mark on here. Some of them don't have anything, so we'll see. To the wire wheel we go. I won't bore you with all that. Alright, got that cleaned up. There is a maker stamp on there. Camillus, New York. Looks like the third month, maybe 1971. So this is a real deal Vietnam era knife. Alright, see there where it is. It's braided down on there to hold this on. So we need to go to the grinder and grind that off so we can get this end cap's got to come off. So we can get this cleaned up really good. It's got some rust pitting in it. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Get the rust off of it. Get it treated so it won't rust again. And then we'll start cutting the leather for it. And we'll get the blade wrapped up. We're going to get the handle done first, then we'll do the blade, because the blade's not in bad shape. It's got a little bit of pitting in it right here, which may or may not all come out. It looks like it will. It's not that bad. The cheek is still fairly sharp. It doesn't need to be razor sharp. But there we go. Let's do that, and we'll see the next step. Now I'm going to see if this will move a little bit before I soak it or put some heat on it or whatever we need to do. Don't want to beat on it too much. That's ground off. I can see where the tang goes in, and it is not budging. So we're gonna get the torch, put a little heat on it and see if that'll help. Get it clamped up this way in the vise. If that don't work, we'll soak it with some penetrating oil and heat it again. Tighten that up good. Hang on, get the torch. Sometimes heating like that will break that rust loose. That's all it is, some rust right around the end there. Alright, we come back and we'll start tapping on. Alright, got it hot. It's not cherry red hot, but it's hot. I just want to walk around in the vise there. No movement. So let's try this. May have to put some more heat on it. All right, we got some movement going on. Oh yeah, it's gonna come off of there in a minute. All right, help it out a little bit. Set it up here. Out there, we'll put a piece of tape around here, hold it, and we're going to soak that with some penetrating oil. Hang on. Got hot too sitting there. There we go. Just keep it out of the way. Oldie, but a goodie. Alright, we'll let that soak for a little while. As it cools down, when it gets hot it expands. When it cools down it shrinks. So we'll let it cool off some and we'll try it again. Should come right on off. It's already moving. Alright, we'll let it soak for almost an hour. I kept seeing air bubbles come up, so the penetrating oil is going in there. And one thing I have learned about this kind of jobs, you cannot rush it, or you'll wind up breaking something. Ask me how I know that, and then you'll have to fix it. Okay, now we're going to come from the top side. I took an old small chisel and flattened it so it's not sharp. See if we can get it to move a little more. Okay, it's not wanting to move that way. Try it one more time. I'm lighter. Let's get the bigger hammer again. Alright, we're getting just a slight movement, not much. But I can feel it moving in my hand. Let's take just a little bit more of this off, and it may come on off of there. Alright, we got just a little bit of it off of there. Okay, it's moving. There it comes. That's coming off there. There we go. Just about off of it. There we go. Off. Now what holds that on there? That's hot. What holds that on there, you brad this over so it won't slip off. That little bit of grinding got it hot. Go. Let's see if we can get this washer off of there. I can't see what I'm doing over there. There we go. That wants to be difficult again. It's just about off there. It's going to fall off this time. Don't want it to fall off of there. Maybe we'll just have to make it fall off. like that. Now we'll clean this up. There we go. Now notice we've got a little bit of a taper in there. I don't know if I did that, if that was already did, but let's straighten it out right quick before we go any further. We'll take our tape off. We can get it off. It don't whoop me. Hang on, let's flatten this off right quick so it'll finish coming off of there. Go washer. Blade guard. That wants to be a pain. People often ask, why do these kind of jobs cost more or cost a good bit? Mainly time. There. All right, let's put you down here. There we go, disassembled. Now, next step, like I said, this has got, I may have did that. A little bit of a curve to it, but have no fear. Gonna heat it up, put it in the vise, and we'll straighten it right back out. Keep moving the camera. I have forgot how to video, y'all. I hadn't done it in a while. Put it loosely in the vise. Put these hammers away. We're done with them for now. I am a very big fan of putting tools away when you get done with them. If you need them again 30 minutes later, go get them again. Get this hot, take a few minutes, and we'll come back. Alright, we're starting to get a little bit red, a little bit hot. Should be good. Take it, roll it around in the vise. Tighten it up just like that. Nice and straight again. Let it sit till it's cooled all the way down. Now before we put the leather on, I'll heat it again and quench it and temper the whole thing just in case, because this knife is going to be used. Now in the meantime, we're going to take these, because there's a good bit of rust down in here and rust on here. We're going to put these in a vinegar soak, probably overnight. That we will kill all that rust. And while that's soaking and this is cooling, we'll get out the leather and start cutting the pieces for the handle. Now you can order handle kits that come pre-cut, but they never fit. So we're going to do a custom new stack leather handle. Cool? Cool. Good morning. It is the next day. Now we're going to start cutting the leather I give out yesterday. Now, the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to use my knife. This is my survival knife. And I'm embarrassed it's not been cleaned up or nothing. It's been sitting in a box. Use this to pattern the handle. So we want to measure our widest point, a little over an inch that way, a little under an inch that way. So we got some leather strips here that are 1.38 inches. 0.38 is what? Anyway, it's oversized what it needs, because they're going to go on there square and then I'll have to turn them around. So so we need the length of them be about 1.38 as well. Some mark. These don't have to be exact. What I'll do is just line them up like this to get them pretty close. Where's my scribe? Get them pretty close like that. I've got more strips of leather over here. Now this is leftover leather from other projects. You'll see what I'm doing. Alright, that ain't gonna be big enough, so. Save that little piece for something. Say it with me. Y'all been here with me a long time. Don't throw nothing away. Okay, we'll just start cutting them and stacking them up like that. And then we can measure about how many we need. We'll cut an extra 1 or 2 of the thick. And I've got some thinner leather. We'll cut a couple of those too. Now the blade and all still in the vinegar soak. Vinegar is really nasty this morning, so that means it's doing its job. Where I had to grind that off, I'm gonna have to shorten that tang just slightly. So that's where the thinner leather will come in. We'll see that later. Alright, so there's those. Like I said, don't have to be exact, just needs to be at least the same. So that's not quite the same. Up to about there. But we got plenty of this kind of stuff. Okay, that's that step. The next step will be to notch the holes. And I'll show you right quick, because this is going to take a few hours to get all this done. The way I'll do that is find the center of each one of our pieces here. About the center. Then when we get the knife out, we'll measure the distance it needs to be. Excuse me. And the best method I found to do it is take the hole punch, start in the center, and a couple on either side. Or you can drill a round hole, because it's going to be glued together, so it won't spin on you. It won't do all that. Just like that. Now, like I said, this is going to take a while. Let's get started, and I'll be back in a little bit after we get this done and pull all the parts out of the vinegar. Alright, y'all, got the blade out of the vinegar treatment. We've got all the rust killed. Now before I put it back together, I'll put some Oxflow down here. That way it'll never rust inside again. Now the blade's got some pitting in it, more than I could tell after it was cleaned. So I'm going to put it in the vise. Start off with some 80 grit, because it's pretty deep. And then go to a 120 and down as far as I need to go. See if we can't get some of that out of there, make it look a little bit better. I don't know that I'll get it all out, but we'll see. Put it in the knife vise here. Tighten her down. See what I'm doing. There's two different brands. That's 82. Start with this one. Put a little water on there. I don't want to try to put this on the machine. It was one slip and I'm goofed. I mean, I'm messed up. Alright, just like that, and this is going to take a while, so I'll be back. Alright, let's get us a little OSPO on here, and the other parts. Doesn't take much. Now whatever's left over, I'll throw out and not put it back in the container, because you don't want to contaminate this stuff. Now the blade itself is going to be gun blued. This will turn a nice black color, but it won't shine like gun blue does. Not as good. And this needs to sit for 24 hours. Then tomorrow we can get the handle started on there, or over the weekend. I have some stuff to come up we have to go do tomorrow. This is the last big weekend push. Last I've got a lot of free time before the everyday treatment starts, which will be very soon, next week. I'm going to go ahead and do these too. These washers will be mostly covered up. And we don't want them to rust again either, or on the insides. I'll still have time after I do start the treatment thing, but to start with, my appointments will be in the afternoons until they work through some more people that are already getting close to being finished with theirs. Then the times will go down earlier in the morning. It's one of them things that stinks, but there ain't nothing I can do about it except do it, so that's what we'll do. We'll do it. Okay, now tomorrow morning those will be a dark black color. The cap will be gun blued also, but we want to get some down inside there. Now what little tiny rust might be left, this will take care of that. Let's go ahead and put just a little bit on here too. We can always clean it off when it's time to gun blue. That way it won't flash rust. overnight. As much humidity as we have around here. And we are in silly season of weather right now. Warm a couple days. It was 37 this morning. It'll be warm another couple days and then cold again. It's just the way it is. Oh, in the liquid form, this stuff stinks. Alright, let me go dump this out and rinse my hands. If I got somewhere, I won't get it on the camera. Alright, y'all, I think we're going to go ahead and call this part 1. I'll do this in 2 parts so it don't get so awful long. Making very good progress, and we'll see some more of it next week. Thank y'all very much for watching. Thank you for your support. And I'm going in and find me a sandwich.